You know the worst feeling on the Duolingo English test? You read the question and you understand it, but when you have to respond, you get a little bit nervous and stop. You know the English, but when the timer starts and you see the numbers dropping, you get a little bit stressed and nothing comes out. If that's happened to you before, there's a reason, but it's probably not what you think. Usually, it's not vocabulary. Most people assume the Duolingo English test is measuring everything you know in English, but it doesn't. It measures how fast your brain can take an idea and give it in English. That's why some students who take IELTS and score 7 or 8 take the Duolingo English test later and they get a much lower score. Their IELTS scores prove they know English, but the Duolingo English test is not measuring the same skill. That's because it's measuring real-time processing, and this is the skill most students never practice. I know because I see it in my lessons every single day. A student can read a paragraph perfectly. They know every word in that paragraph, but then I ask them to tell me what they just read or to put it in order, and it's very difficult for them to do it as they're speaking. So they stop. Not because they don't understand, but because now their brain has to build the meaning in front of me. There's no time to sit, organize what you're going to say. It has to just come out. And that's what the Duolingo English test is forcing you to do. So if you're preparing for the Duolingo English test and you want videos that will help you practice this exact skill or strategies that you can use to boost your score, why not click the subscribe button? Because I post videos every single week about what you should do, how you can improve your real-time processing in English, and how to train the skills that the test is really measuring. Think about the speaking section. When you see the picture on the Duolingo English test, it says you have to speak about it for 90 seconds. Well, 90 seconds, it doesn't sound like a long time, but if you don't practice real-time English processing, 90 seconds feels like forever. And that's because your brain has to do 3 things. You have to look at the picture and understand it. You have to decide very quickly what matters in the picture. Then you have to take it and you have to put the idea into English. And if you're translating and saying things like, I see a tree, I see a bird, I see a man, you're not actually processing in English. You're labeling the different things that you see in the picture. And you're doing it all at the same time with a timer, which is putting pressure on you. So if you haven't trained the process speaking freely in English in a way that native speakers or other people who have learned English can understand exactly what you mean, your brain, it's going to stall. It's going to start to slow down, stress, and eventually stop. And then your body is going to start to tense up and you're probably going to panic. And ultimately, that's going to drop your score below your actual English abilities. This happens for a couple of reasons, but the big one is the way most people teach English. They give you practice techniques that mirror learning in school. Think about it like this: vocabulary lists, templates that you can use again and again, memorized answers, connectors like nevertheless, and they might tell you that means but. It doesn't. They're not doing this to be bad. But I want you to remember that the Duolingo English test, it's adaptive. The better you do, the harder it gets. But the more you struggle, the easier it gets. And it does this across listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Memorizing grammar rules, vocabulary, using templates to try to make an answer, it's only going to help you so much. The real skill that you need to practice is building English sentences as quickly as possible. So here's a simple exercise you can do at home today. I want you to grab a picture you have in your house. Doesn't matter what it is. You need to start talking about the picture. But while you're doing this, record yourself so you can listen to it again, because listening to what you're producing is going to help you get better. But if you don't record yourself, that can't happen. As you're doing this, don't stop. Keep going. Don't translate. Tell a story. At first, I promise you, it's going to feel very messy. But if you keep going, after a week, something very interesting is going to happen. You'll feel your brain start to produce English sentences much faster, and it's going to sound a lot more fluent. And that's exactly what you want, because that is what the Duolingo English test is really measuring. If you're trying to raise your Duolingo English test score 5 or 10 points in the next 6 weeks, I'd like to offer you a free strategy session. You can click the link in the description to book it, and we will go through exactly how the test format is, and then I'll write you a report telling you everything you need to know. That way you can improve before you take your exam and earn those extra 5 or 10 points that you need. Click the subscribe button. You can see my videos every single week. And if you really liked this one and thought it was helpful, give it a thumbs up so it can reach more people.